It's been 400 years since humanity decided to press the big red button and transform the world into a glorified toaster oven. After a prolonged stint in the caves, the survivors emerge, squinting at the sunlight like confused moles, equipped with little more than sticks, rocks, and a questionable grasp of history. Our story begins with a group of cave dwellers who stumble upon the legendary Room of Knowledge. Inside, they find a mountain of ancient Science Weekly magazines. One particularly eye catching article explains nuclear power, a concept so foreign, it might as well be about how to make a souffle. Inspired, the group declares, let's build a nuclear reactor and restore civilization. Because when your ancestors went up in smoke, what better idea than to resurrect their biggest blunder? Reality quickly sets in. Building a nuclear reactor with sticks and sheer optimism could take a bit longer than they'd like. Let's say a casual 1,000 years. First, they need to find some rather elusive ingredients mentioned in the knowledge: oil, diamonds, and inexplicably, cheeseburgers. What the hell are cheeseburgers? Some sort of mystical food from a sacred place? They have no idea. And let's not forget about the ever elusive Costa Coffee to keep their spirits up while they embark on this absurd quest. Enter Commander Cavernius, a man whose face is so expressionless he could be mistaken for a rock. With a dramatic flair only rivaled by a soap opera star, he declares, "Fear not, my friends. We shall initiate the glorious 1,000-year plan." Of course, this plan is less about progress and more about power. You see, Commander Cavernius and his controlling cadre have figured out that knowledge is power. And what better way to hoard knowledge than to keep the other cave dwellers busy with their own problems? So, while they pretend to work on the reactor, they start subtly stoking conflicts between the neighboring tribes. The true keepers of simplicity, for instance, are perfectly content gathering berries and avoiding nuclear disasters. But then, Commander Cavernius whispers a little something to them. Have you heard the builders have a secret stash of berries that belong to you? They are hoarding all the good ones. Just like that, suspicion is sown, and suddenly the true keepers find themselves wielding sharpened sticks and shouting, "Down with the berry bandits." Meanwhile, the builders, who have vibrant skin tones and hair that grows in wild, strange patterns, are embarking on their own path, convinced that their colorful appearance is a sign of their superiority in this new world. They throw rocks and mud at the true keeper's sacred berry bushes, fueled by the belief that their ancestors would be proud of their sheer audacity. As they chant slogans about building a nuclear wonder, they become increasingly detached from reality, mistaking bravado for progress. To spice things up, Commander Cavernius introduces a new form of currency to further divide the tribes. Introducing cave coins. Now you can pay for the privilege of following my leadership, he declares with the charisma of a con artist. This ingenious move ensures that everyone is too busy chasing shiny rocks to notice they're all caught in a grand cosmic joke. The builders trade their coins for resources to strengthen their reactor, while the true keepers, still believing in the inherent goodness of nature, barter their coins for dubious safety advice from Commander Cavinius himself. Advice that generally boils down to avoid all things science related. But the pièce de résistance of this whole charade is the religion that springs up around the great Caver himself. "I've had a revelation," he announces one day, channeling his inner prophet. "The divine Caver has told me that our reactor will save us all, and it's only 1,000 years away." His followers nod enthusiastically, blissfully unaware that they're one bad idea away from turning their cave into a crater. As the years roll on, the builders march with fervor, convinced they're on the fast track to a glorious future, while the true keepers become increasingly paranoid about the berry hoarding cult next door. The conflict escalates, with each side viewing the other through the lens of Commander Cavernius's manipulations. As tensions rise, it becomes clear that the path to rebuilding civilization is littered with misunderstandings, misplaced loyalties, and absurdity. In this post-apocalyptic farce, the only thing more radioactive than the reactor is the blind faith everyone places in a man whose only skill is looking serious, while orchestrating the world's most elaborate prank. Welcome to the glorious 1,000-year plan, where ambition meets absurdity in a cosmic comedy of errors. May the divine Caver guide us all, and good luck with those cheeseburgers.